It's been a while now, about 3 months, I believe. I didn't really mean to abandon the channel. I had a lot of things to take care of, especially when it comes to work-related stuff. So I figured I could just try to make a small return, record a video that is more focused on, one of the later trends, I think. Just the countdown. So we're gonna go from 50. But yes, in between some counting, I just want to, talk to you a little bit. Because as you can see, this is my first face reveal video, and I figured, why not? Could make for some fun videos, and it does open up a lot of opportunities in how to record, so it's worth a shot. Also, the position of the mic arm was kind of a little bit off, so I'm just holding it for now. So I gotta be a little bit careful so I don't bump it into something and disturb you. So I think we'll just try and also go for some of this brushing movement. Doesn't seem like it is affecting the sound volume too much, but I'll go over it in post and see if it's too glaring and stuff. With that said, I'll try to move closer to the center. Sorry. With that said, let's start with 50. I noticed after a while of doing ASMR that it was actually quite relaxing to make as well, because it kind of forces me to be a little bit more mindful about slowing down, in a sense. I listen to some ASMR before sleep sometimes, but I'm actually not the biggest consumer in that sense. I have some favorite videos I listen to and occasionally find new ones. 49. I like the idea of helping people, though. It's like, I don't think you could actually ask for more than a job that would be fulfilling creatively, but also has the ability to help people. So, 48. If I somehow made this into a job, that would be very fun. Also, I'm noticing that it's difficult for me to look at the camera all the time. I know I don't have to all the time, but I'm trying to be mindful that that's the correct position, not the phone, not the screen behind me, which is showing the recording. You can probably see it in the reflection there. 47. just felt like opening up a little bit more on my YouTube channel, because I've been a very closed off person for the most part, especially when it comes to stuff I care about and my hobbies and all that stuff. There's still extremely few people in my life who know I like to, for example, draw or especially also record ASMR. Not that I've done it too much, but 46, and it's I don't think people would actually mind that people have unusual hobbies. Could I say it like that? It's probably not. I don't think anybody would actually care. But when you're in a unemployed state and you're trying to find a job, you gotta be a little bit mindful about what is out for the world to see, in a sense. 45. So that's why I have been very careful about what I put out on the internet in general. But now that I have a job, the worst they can do is fire me, and I don't. Well, that would be bad, but that would also make a scene in the news. Man gets fired for doing ASMR. It's probably not gonna happen, but yeah. $44. I'm probably gonna misremember. So sorry, I'm gonna misremember, definitely. But I'll keep it roughly correct. I believe it was 45 now. Look at me just not being able to count downwards without losing the track after 5 numbers. I'm a software developer, by the way. So this is, yeah. I'll see where this goes. 44. Should probably count a little bit faster as well. You can see I'm at closing in on 10 minutes, and I'm at 43 now. That was intentional. I know I was at 44, but I used it as. Okay, don't laugh. 42. And I'm hoping this helps you in some way, because well, it's all I can ask for, really. I didn't make this channel to make money. It's just that would be a byproduct down the line, right? I just ended up finding ASMR, and it relaxed me, and I felt curious enough to try and make some myself. 41. Also, I didn't check my hair before starting a recording. Is this, oh no, my knee. Okay. I think it might make a sound. I'm trying to be professional here. Is my hair decent? just fun to record a little bit, to put your creative projects and voice out there in the world, in a sense. I'm not sure if I would say relaxing, but it's almost a bit comforting in a sense. 39. And it's like nice just knowing that I am making something, and the big bonus is if just somebody, or I just like, it would be more than enough if one or two people just like it and it helps them sleep. 38. That would just be perfect. That's all I'm really doing this for. And of course, the creative process is also very fun and fulfilling. So, did I say 38? 37. We'll pick it up there. So you gotta remember that I'm a man, so I can't multitask, right? You can't expect me to talk and count at the same time. So those are two very different tasks. So 36. Maybe it's a learning process, but we'll take it as we go. In about, let's see, it's Saturday now, at the time of this recording. I'm probably also gonna upload this on Saturday. Later today, I mean. And from next week on, 35. From next week on Wednesday, I believe, I will drive across Norway and visit my family in the east. I'm living in the west now, and it would be, there's a couple of beautiful spots up on the mountains there. I have thought about maybe just bringing the microphone connected to my phone and record an ASMR, like with a lot of mountains in the background. So we'll see if I don't feel too self-conscious sitting there and having people drive by while I whisper in a microphone. 34. Yeah. Also thought about just bringing this setup, the microphone, hold it like this, and record just random nature stuff in the background. I can imagine a video being very like a good video, if I find some 33. If I find some small, what's it called again? Like, I'm blanking. I'm thinking about the water moving, not like a river, but the smaller version, the small river. I think I know of one or two spots where you could hear like water slightly in the background, and I believe that would be very nice. Maybe I can bring one of the 32 in front of some small river thing. River thing. And just record it, you know. I think that would be cool. 31. And apart from that, I have, you know, my green screen. And I'm starting to learn some 3D, so I've been thinking of maybe making some of these role play videos where I can just lightly dress up as something and have, you know, make some apothecary stuff behind me or that kind of stuff, you know. 31. There's bound to be a lot of cool ideas one could do with green screen and some 3D and stuff. I did actually think about doing something in the style of Arcane as well, but that's difficult, you know. Like, I was first thinking of like a Victor cosplay and try to make some stylized 3D background, but the problem is I don't look like Victor at all. I would be closer to Jace, I think, but he's also tall and, you know, doesn't really work either. But it could be a fun video regardless. 30. So I hope the video quality is okay. It does seem like it is. I have the phone like right there on a phone arm, kind of, and I'm using a Samsung Link to see adjust my video settings. 29. Adjust my video settings on my tablet down here, and it does seem like the quality is okay. Hopefully you're starting to feel sleepy. That's best case scenario is you're already sleeping. But as you know, we are only on 28. So that's almost halfway, so you can just relax, and I'll try my best to make you sleepy by the end. So just take a deep breath. Oops. That was my finger. Starting to get old, you know. Turned 31, so now all the debuffs are starting to sneak in. So at first it's, you know, heard some colleagues at work say that we kind of discussed that around 30 is when you start making sound, when you sit up from the couch and stuff, you know, like the, oh, I'm trying to keep it a little you. The point of this was to make you sleepy, but now I'm starting to ramble about stuff that almost makes me laugh. So, but yeah, some of them said that they've been making sounds when they're sitting up since they were like 18. That's I'm actually not at that point yet. I'm actually very quiet for the most part. And well, I have some, you know, like my finger just made sound. I'm not sure what that's called, but you know, bones cracking in a sense. I'm trying to be very still and not disturb you. So we will continue on with just trying to relax. And now I definitely don't remember what number we were on. I think it was 28, so I'm gonna say 27. 26. You're not getting the 25 just yet. It's been so nice that we are moving towards spring and stuff, because when I was younger, it like it being dark, it didn't bother me too much, and I had a lot of fun just, you know, gaming and stuff. But 25. Now that I'm getting like actually becoming grown up, and I can feel that having some light is just making a big difference. So I'm looking forward to actual spring and definitely summer as well. Even though summers in Norway are generally not hot, we get like a couple weeks basically. 24. And well, just the light and just a slight change in temperature is good enough, and I can maybe find some time to go on a vacation. We'll see. Last year, my girlfriend and I was in Alicante, in Spain. That was a very, very nice trip. It was for like a week, I believe. I did bring some watercolor supplies, and I painted a few scenes. 24. We'll see. We'll see how this recording is gonna go. I'm bound to miss some, but we'll stick with 24 for now. But yes, I brought some watercolor supplies, and I'm very new to watercolor, so I messed up quite a bit, but it was very fun to bring it. 23. I recently had a work trip as well, and I debated on bringing the watercolor supplies again, and I opted out because of the same reason, that I don't share too much of my personality with people, and I do regret not bringing it, because on the flight back I sat beside my boss. 22. And I did bring a small sketchbook, and I did just light sketches, and they were nothing fancy, and he just asked me, oh, you like art and all that stuff. And 21. So I just showed him the page I was working on, which is just like small cartoon heads, practice after Andrew Loomis book. And he told me that he used to do ceramics, but a thing related to ceramics. And he showed me some pictures, and I then felt like, you know what, I'll just find a video of my watercolor from Alicante. And he thought it looked very nice, and he liked that I like doing art as well, and told me that a person who worked there previously did illustrations for work. 20. And he told me that there might be some possibilities for me to do small illustrations for some customers. So that's very exciting, actually. I don't think I'm at that point yet, where I can make something professional. 19. But just the thought is motivating alone. So I want to take my art a little bit more seriously. Maybe I'll do some art ASMR videos as well. 19. I might have said 19 twice now. We'll keep it at that. Sorry. I'll try to be more professional. 18. 17. But yes, that's also why I've been looking more into 3D stuff, because could also potentially do that at work. 16. And I like programming, but it's very, very tied to the computer, and as I've gotten older, I have felt the need to, not felt the need to get away from the computer, but I felt the urge to remove myself from technology quite a bit. As much as I can, in a sense. 15. So that's sort of a small contention for me right now, because I am working full time on the computer. So when I get home, it's very difficult to feel motivated to sit at the computer and do the actual projects I want to do. I love doing game development, and I would love to actually make some games, and also just recording ASMR is also very tied to the computer, but if I can do 14, if I can do videos outside, I can, hike somewhere and bring my microphone and record outside in nature, just sit like this and listen to some water. Maybe there are some birds in the background. 13. And sounds nice, and it's not like I don't mind working with server stuff and programming and all that, but it would be very nice to have the ability to not always be at the computer. Optimally, for how my brain works, I would probably feel most content doing a combination of YouTube and game development, but that's a tough one to pull off, 12. I can just imagine travel around and bring some equipment, a laptop, microphone, record some ASMR, do some game development, make a YouTube video for, ASMR and one for example, game development. 11. And record those and then spend like the time after work exploring cities and having fun like that, like a very I like the idea of having work that isn't tied to being on a location, if that makes sense. 11. I will stop rambling about stuff that I will probably keep you awake with. So I will start to try and make you relax a lot more. We're going to count down from 10 to 0 in a slightly more rapid succession. So if you're not yet sleeping, I want you to take a deep breath. Try to empty your mind, and we will start with